BBC Hooniverse.
You're watching the TGM production. Hello and welcome to this very experimental thing. Currently I'm staring at my camera that is charging. So the first half of this will be audio only and the second half will be visual because it will be. Now, today we're talking about the fact of what's going to happen to Doctor Who post 2026. So 2026 and beyond. How do I think is Doctor Who going to change? Well, let's start at the very beginning because it's a good place to start. 2026 is a big Christmas special with Billie Piper, because if Billie Piper's not in it, then what was the whole point of that ending, right? It'd be really weird if Billie Piper's not in it, because it would be pointless of creating a cliffhanger and not having her in it. Why would you do that? Is the question I want to know. Now, the second thing that we want to know is what's going to happen beyond. I think that Billie Piper won't stick around after the Christmas special because, as we all know, she's a very busy woman, which is a good sign, which means her career is going amazing. I was thinking about this today. So if someone is doing something and not available, so Amy Gledhill was the question voicer on Sky, on Comedy Central's Out of Order, but then she got incredibly busy, which is good because that means her career's taking off to not be able to do it anymore. So I think that might be a situation for Billie Piper. She might not be able to do it. She might want to, but schedule might clash, so they might have to create a mini-series with another Doctor, or create a spin-off that isn't Doctor Who until she's available again. I don't know. It'd be weird if we don't get another series directly after the Christmas special. I think it will make people not trust the show, if that makes any sense at all. I think it'll switch people off. It'll make them go, no, I don't want to watch this show anymore. It will make people go, no, I'm not going to watch this show. I refuse point blank to watch this show now. And we don't want that. We want people to go, oh, yeah, no, yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will watch, I'll watch the show again. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. And it'll bring people back to it. So, 2026 is, and I don't want to put any pressure, just in case anyone in Team Who are currently going to be working on this year's Christmas special, I don't want to give you any pressure, but you need to sit the landing on this one. The ending of Reality War, for me, I quite enjoyed, but not everyone will have enjoyed it, right? A lot of people didn't enjoy it, if you look at all the backlash. So, you have to sit the landing on it now, so that you know what's going to happen. You know that what you're setting up will work in the next series, right? Because it's now or never, yeah? It's now or never. I'd rather it be now and not at all, because, well, having the show on the air and on TV, in my opinion, is better than not having it at all, because at least we get Doctor Who. And I know in 2026 the only episode we're going to get is the Christmas special. Around the world they're going to get the spin-off, the war between the land and the sea. So that's a good thing. So there will be some Doctor Who, so, and obviously Big Finish exists, so we'll always have Doctor Who as long as Big Finish have the license. So no matter what happens with the TV, there'll still be some Doctor Who knocking about, but it'll just be Big Finish audio Doctor Who, or audio books of all the books that still get released all the time via many outlets. But you have to think about it really carefully here. Why do we want Doctor Who back? Is the question. Well, it's because the show deserves another lease of life after what seems to be the downfall with partnering up with Disney. I don't know I don't know whether or not the deal failed, because I haven't seen any business acumen from it. I haven't seen any articles saying the business side of things or the numbers weren't stacking up. I haven't seen any of this, so I can't say with any conviction that it failed, right? Not because I don't want to, and not because I can't research it, just because I don't know, and I don't know where to look to find that information in the first place. So looking at Doctor Who from beyond this year, it depends on if Russell T Davies sticks around. Will he leave Doctor Who? Will he say, I've had my time, I need to give it to someone else now, I'm never going to return again? Or is he going to put a step back and still be involved slightly, but not too involved as he currently have been in? I actually don't know that one. I don't think many people will know that one for a good while yet. We'll have to wait and see what happens, because they'll have to announce his departure before the special. They'll have to do some announcements, so I think right before they start filming, they're going to have to do the announcements really soon, because no one's going to be able to keep that under lips unless the whole thing's filmed in a studio for this one special, so that nothing gets out there, and you make sure that no one carries a box that says on it the Master, or anything else. So that's going to be hard. Will Unleash return with it? I hope so, and I hope that whoever has it next keeps Unleashed for as long as the show's on air, because I just think that that'll be a travesty of justice. So, there we have it. That is my thoughts for 2026 and beyond in audio. What's about to happen now is we're going to transition to visual. This is an experiment that may or may not go horribly wrong, if I can say the word. So let's find out. So please enjoy the visual side of the argument discussion. So, welcome to the visual segment of the recording. Now, with Doctor Who being this thing that's currently in a state where no one really knows what's going to happen next, it gives time for people to speculate what's our next move. And I think, personally, that means that it'll be uncertain with the future. So uncertainty is not a bad thing overall. It sometimes can be a good thing, Uncertainty isn't always bad. Remember that, kids. Uncertainty isn't always bad. So, if Billie Piper returns, will she return at the moment? Then if she returns at the moment, then she'll have to regenerate at the end. If she returns as the Doctor, and spend the whole... I reckon she'll do a 14th Doctor where it's weird at the beginning, but then they never explain why it's happened. Right? I think that's what will happen. Because that's happened before. Right? Current Who, New Who, the start of the Disney Plus era, it's like, excuse me, why am I transformed into 14th Doctor? Wait a minute, I've seen this face before. And then he's like, oh, well, let's move on and save the day. Let's go and save Donna once again. Thank you very much. And that's what happens. You sort of get that aspect of, really, you've just regenerated the 14th Doctor and never questioned it. So I think that's what happened. It'll go with, oh, what's going on? And then move on. They've not destroyed the previous TARDIS set, so the TARDIS set won't change. But what will happen, really, is that the next Doctor will be Billie Piper. I don't think we can argue with that, because we're never going to know any different, unless that was the plan at the end and then they regenerate her. I don't know. If she was the Doctor permanently, right, I wouldn't mind it, personally, because they could keep referencing the moment, and the whole thing could, her era, after 3 series, could end with the moment coming back, which is her again, and trying to steal the identity back. Because the moment's dying, and it needs the Doctor's energy, so it steals that version of the Doctor, 3 years later, to try and work out what's next. So I think that would really work, having the moment be this looming thing that's there from the beginning of the era. So you see, you still see the 2016 Christmas special. Then by 2029, you sort of round it off, because that's 3 years, roughly 3 years. And so then she can regenerate. And I think that would be a good send-off for Rose, for Billie Piper, and a good way to sort of explain how the Doctor regenerate into the face of a companion, because if you really want to get down to it, that is the most confusing, weird, and questionable part of this whole idea, of this whole process, and of the whole way of it doing it. And there's nothing to be overly concerned about, but it is still concerning in some sense. And so, there we go. That's my thoughts. That's in discussion format of Doctor Who 2026 and beyond, or as I've called it in the title, in the thumbnail, 2026 and beyond. But it's Doctor Who 2026 and beyond, so that people looking up Doctor Who will be able to find it on the internet. So, without further ado, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this segment, right? Because we've been filming this segment now for about 4 minutes. Thanks for listening to the 6 minutes in audio, and thanks for watching the title sequence, and you're about to see the closing title sequence. Thank you very much for engaging with all of this. So, thanks for watching and listening. That'll be the final time this year I'll be doing a hybrid. I'll either do visual or audio. I'm not going to do a hybrid again. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.